I'm going to talk a little today about groups and networking and adding contacts. The first thing you want to do once you have a completed profile on LinkedIn is expand the number of people you're connected to. Now, you simply can start that by emailing people that you know. So you can import or add connections by clicking on contacts, add connection, and email people. You have the option of using your email addresses to pick up your contacts that way, or you can simply email people whose addresses you have. That can be long and tedious. A great way of finding people that you may not have email addresses for is to join groups. Let's take a look at some of the groups that are out there. First thing you want to do is get involved in some job groups, because that's where people look for employees, and that's one of the places that a recruiter may find your resume and your qualifications. So let's go jobs and enter. As we look for groups, we want the ones with the most members, and not necessarily every one of the jobs groups. You are limited to 50, but by joining these groups and the ones with the most members, you're going to maximize your exposure. I'm already a member of one of the groups here with 269,000 members, and let's just click on that, see what is in a groups page. Alright, this is what a typical group page looks like. And again, we've looked for job groups only, but we've already got access to the members of this group. And you can see that it's got 269,000 members. If I click on here in advanced search, I can whittle this down to those in perhaps my area, or those that are graduates of my university, or those that work in a common industry with me. Going back to groups again, some of the groups that you're going to join are job groups, alumni groups, hobby or interest groups, and I would recommend that you even join groups where people from your church or place of worship might congregate. That will give you a great source of connections. Now, should you not want to show those groups, you can manage the groups by making them visible or not. Simply get a listing of groups, go Actions, where you can leave a group or enter a discussion. If you click on the group, you have options on settings, more settings, and this will allow you to display the group on your profile. And here I'm going to go ahead and display it, and to get or not get emails from the group. And I would recommend that those that you don't want listed on your profile, you will uncheck this check mark so that it doesn't show. Now, if they're members of your same group, they're going to see that you belong to that group. If they're not going to see it. So again, if they're a political party or religious affiliations or hobby groups that you don't necessarily want to reveal to your potential employers, uncheck the logo, but go ahead and join the groups. It will connect you with people no matter whether they are religious or political affiliations or hobby groups. So go ahead and join, but make sure that it's not displayed if you don't wish it to be. You may want to uncheck these, otherwise you'll get inundated with emails from these groups. And some of the groups you'll find have people that like to offer you all types of home-based jobs, and they use LinkedIn as a personal platform in multi-level marketing schemes. So you want to try to block those out unless you know the feed from that group is going to give you useful information. And this particular one is useful for me, obviously, because these are all people that I know personally. Now I'm going to go back and look at members again and advanced search. If we click on advanced search here, it gives us the ability to search all of our groups. So I'm going to click all of my groups. And as you can see, through groups and connections, 707,000 people are in groups that I'm in. And I can unfold these again and look for location, industry, past company, so I can find alumni, schools. I can limit it to the language. Let's say I just want English. That'll cut out not the majority, but a significant minority, and when they join LinkedIn. So if I'm looking for people to train on LinkedIn in the Washington, D.C. area, or invite to the group I belong to, I may look at only those that have joined LinkedIn, say, in the past few days. And these are probably candidates for LinkedIn training should I wish to sell that to them. And not that I'm in that business, but I want you to be aware of some of the power of this group, of using groups. And again, I have limited it to the Washington, D.C. area. So these are people in my group. And some of them may or may not be looking for jobs, so I could go again looking for those groups that only have to do with jobs. And I see a number of people in this area that have joined recently that may need some help on LinkedIn, or are looking for jobs, or are recruiters. And this is a way of sorting the data. Now, there are other ways of using this, and let's again look at all our groups. And let's say that I want to find people that worked at a company I worked in. Show more, industry. Well, we'll just go with company, and we're going to unclick all. We go show more, and it may only let us we might have to clear, keep filter selections, clear that, look again. Okay, now we've got them all back, and you can see several members have joined groups since we started this. So again, clear the filters and change your profile. Okay, current company. Now let's say I'm interested in jobs at Sirius XM. Now, since this was a merger of two companies, I may have to look at XM and Sirius separately. But let's say I want to find people with a particular title. I can do that, and I might want to find directors. Or just director. And this will give me a way of finding managers that may be in a position to hire me. And again, I may want to add companies, so let's just see if XM Radio can be added. Good, it allows me all of them. And you can see now that I've got a number of people that are directors for Sirius or XM Radio, and this may be a good way of finding the hiring manager. It is important to have a large number of contacts on LinkedIn. It is also important to be members of groups to use it effectively. I hope that this little tutorial has helped you. I do thank you for your time.